All right, here we go. Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, this is the brother Arya from GMS Tampa Bay 12, and I'm with the brother
Malachi
Khan, and again from the GMS Tampa Bay 12 camp. And first and foremost, we want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Dash. Double honors to our elders and apostles at GMS, Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Salutations to Yakim out there pushing his word of truth and sincerity. Brothers and your brothers out there that are listening and learning as well, and any sisters out there that may be listening through the spirit as well. To you, we say shalom. May Yahweh Shai bless you as well. And again, it's the brothers from Tampa Bay camp, back at you again with another live lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, is edifying. And as you can see by the title of the lesson, we're going on again on the subject of faith, and it's really like the subject of the topic of the day, or the topic of the past few days of the week right now, because as we see Esau just continuing on in his wickedness, it's almost like there's no chance. You know what I mean? There's like no chance for us to get anywhere. It's like, man, what chance do we really have in this place? Like, really, what the hell can, how is this gonna get better? But really, you have to just have faith, and you have to have patience, and you have Hashem Yahshai, and just to know that everything that we see going on in the world, it's been prophesied to happen. It has to happen. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start with this. Real quick, hold that though. I want to start with this quick one in the book of Matthew, since I said that. Matthew 24, verse 6. This is Yahweh's words. It says, I'll start at verse 3, and I'll go down to verse 6. So Matthew 24, verse 3, it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? Because the disciples, they want to know, like, yo, when is this all going to end? When are we finally going to get out of here? When is this world going to end, and we can finally rule in peace? Because you got to remember, they was living on the Esau as well. Like we living on the Esau right now. They were living on the Esau as well, and it's a wicked rulership. So they were like, yo, when is this shit gonna be over? What do we have? What are we gonna be looking out for? What are gonna be the signs? To know when the end of the world's coming. Reading on real quick. And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And here's the point. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we have to understand that all the shit that we see going on in the world right now, it has to happen before the actual end comes. So we have to see the 5G towers, we have to see wars, we have to see famine, we have to see pestilence, we have to see our people, the Israelites, you so-called black, Hispanics, Native Americans, in a low state, just completely forgot your heritage, the way of righteousness. The end will come, and righteousness can rule again. So we're on the right track. In other words, we're in a good spot. Yeah, it may seem crazy, like, how much worse can it get? Yeah, it's gonna get worse. All these things must come to pass. So wars got to come to pass, famine, death, destruction. All these things have to happen. More deception. They're talking about deception. That in the scripture right above it, it said, be not deceived. And many are going to come in and say that they are anointed, believe me, watch me, follow me. You're going to be all types of distractions, all types of confusion. All this has to happen before the end comes. All right. Go ahead and bring, you go ahead and bring that out now. But you got to understand that faith is really what's gonna keep us going. All right, faith and patience alike. Because ultimately, that's all we got. We don't have no other way to fight this demon, Esau. You can't fight him. Okay, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose that battle every single time. Go ahead, bro.
All right, it's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6. I'm gonna start at verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
And that's a prophecy we see happening, getting ready to come to pass right now. With all these pandemic BS going on right now, you have people fighting for resources. Just things in the grocery store. There's actual fights happening in the grocery stores. And eventually that's going to happen with your neighbors. It's going to get so bad out here that you're going to see people who were once friends, neighbors, breaking in each other's houses, going after each other's goods. And hold that, I'm going to get another scripture. Matter of fact, I'll get it so you can hold on to that. It's also in the book of 2nd Esdras. Just to kind of drive home the point, 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse, just to get to the point, verse 9. It says, so 2nd Esdras 15 and 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So, in other words, you're gonna have people fighting for just the bare necessities, water bottles, diapers. You're gonna see Jake get to a point where he'll pull a cat's wig back for a box of Huggies. Hey, he got to get it. You got to feed his daughter. You got to feed his son. You got to bring something home for his family, because his family hasn't eaten for 3 days, and it's gonna get to a point where he's going to get it any way he's got to get it. He'll break into his own neighbors, his best friend, neighbors for the past 10, 15 years, and kill his whole family so he could bring whatever's in his house over to his house. You know what I mean? This is all prophesied to happen in the Holy Scriptures, and no, it's not pretty. But again, going back to the book of Matthew chapter 24, it said all these things must come to pass. As much as it sucks, it has to happen before the kingdom of heaven could come. It has to happen before Yahushua comes back. It sucks, and it's going to continue. It's going to get worse and worse, And the only way that you can really get through it is a built-up amount of faith. And I'll go back to that.
Well, it's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, back at 24. Yeah. And at the time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein.
Go ahead.
The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
Yeah, that goes into the famine of the word, man. Because what the springs are like the words that the word, living waters. And when the water stands still, because what it says, the springs of the fountain shall stand still. If once that happens, that means you're not going to get the edification no more. That means basically the doors of repentance are closed. The Lord isn't speaking to you people anymore. He said everything he needed to say to you. You didn't listen. So what else is there? What else is there to say? There's nothing else. There's nothing else to go into anymore. You heard it. You passed by the Israelites. You got your judgment. You got your edification. You didn't heed to it, and you ignored it. You ignored the words. So the Lord's gonna close that door on you. Let me see if I can find something real quick. You can say something if you want.
I got the precept to that for Amos 8 and 11, going into the famine of the word. All right, and when that spiritual ark is getting ready to close very soon. All right, so this is the book of Amos 8 and starting at verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. Verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. All right, and this is the time when this great confusion is getting ready to come in. We're going to see that the people are going to look for the prophets. They're going to look for this word. But that's when the waters is going to stand still. People's not going to get, like the brother said, the edification. They're not going to get it anymore. They're not going to get the full 100% truth of the doctrine. All right. Is it another precept? I can't remember where it was, but you can go ahead, brother. You got it.
Yeah, that's a good point, though. You see, that's where we're approaching right now, where you're going to have people going to be searching for the Israelites again, the GMS camps and all that, and all you other brothers out there that preach the correct doctrine. They're gonna be dying to find you again. Just like they was on this corner. I knew they was on this corner, but too bad. You know what? Your faith wasn't. What you didn't have faith when we had liberty. All right, going into, and we can get that too in 2nd Esdras. While you're looking for what you're looking for, let me get this. 2nd Esdras chapter 9 verse. We'll start at verse 7. This is a good one. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. Because what? You're only going to be the only way you're going to escape the destruction is by your faith and by your works. And works and faith come together. All right? Faith and works go hand in hand. You can't say you have faith, but you don't have any works. And again, somebody's works may be different than the next man. Not everybody's a prophet per se or a teacher, but your works could be giving tithes. Your works could be, whatever it is you do what you do for the Lord in righteousness. That's your works. Everybody has a different measure of faith. But reading on, it says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Talking about the elect. Okay, the Lord has sanctified the elect from the beginning. So the elect that's here on the earth today, the Lord already knew who they were. Okay, and yeah, you started off in the world, but guess what? Now you're doing this. All right, so you're good. You got to believe that you're good. You got to believe that all the work you're putting in right now is not in vain. Okay, I'm reading on real quick. Because what in the book of Hebrews chapter 6, I think like verse 10, it says, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your labor of work, your labor of love. Okay, so the Lord's not going to forget the righteous work you've been putting in if you continue on to the end, because the only way it's going to matter is if you endure to the end, right? Because that shows faith. Shall be preserved from said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, from me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, because you didn't believe. So you're gonna be out there looking for the Israelites. You're gonna be looking for the prophets, and you ain't gonna find them. You didn't believe in that time. You're gonna be pitiful. You're gonna be looking for them to throw you a bone, just words of encouragement, and you're not even gonna get that from them. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. All right, you got all these benefits. You got the prophets. All right, you lived off America, and you were just living it. And here it is, the prophets are out here right before you, and you didn't do anything with it. You just you ignored it. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. So it was all here for you, but you didn't do anything with it. You didn't show the Lord that you was faithful. You just did everything opposite of the Lord. The law itself, you loathed that. All right, that disgusted you. When we were talking about, especially you women, we talk about, you get in order, and you that disgusted you. You didn't like that law. You got to be in order. You got to be under your man. But here it is. You're talking about you believe in God. All right.
Back in this.
Unless you had another precept.
No. We'll go back to Second Ezra.
Okay.
This is the book of Second Ezra 6. Starting at verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. And real quick, sorry. Because what? Escape from what? Escape from the same destruction, the perils that's written about in these books, the Lamentations, Mournings, and Woe. If you can escape from that, read that again. Verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation. You'll
see the Lord's salvation. Okay, you remained after everybody else fell out, and all the hell is coming upon the earth, and the Lord kept you though. You remained, so you're gonna see the Lord's salvation. That should be enough to keep you going. That should be enough. When you read those words, that should give you energy for you to continue to keep pushing on, man. Like, damn, that's beautiful. Let me be one of those. All right, we can't make ourselves of that number, but you can make your call and election sure. All right, by doing the works that the Lord, just doing what the Lord, just being an obedient servant. All right, you do your job, you get paid. If you don't do your job, you get fired. You know what I mean? It's just how it goes. You know what I mean? Go ahead, bro.
All right. Verse 26. And men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the earth of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning.
Yeah, because There's going to be people on this earth that aren't going to feel the sting of death. All right, the Lord is going to keep them alive all the way up into the kingdom, all the way up into the coming of Yahushua. All right, and that's a beautiful thing, you know. Who wants to die, bro? Like there's so many ways you can die out here. It's it is kind of scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you know, but you know, we don't have fear in that. We don't have fear in what man can do to us, or what you know anything carnal out here. We have fear in our Lord, because the Lord is ultimately the one that puts you in those positions to get your judgment. All right, and when you see people catch judgments, that should put fear in you, because you know what? Hey man, the Lord judged that dude in a crazy manner. We just seen an article yesterday about a dude in Austin, Texas that got hit by a plane on a runway. How do you get ran over by an airplane on a runway? Like, that's a strange calamity. But that's a judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That was a righteous judgment. All right, the Lord is not unrighteous. What did he say? What's it called? In the book of Zephaniah, it says every day doth he bring the judgment. He will not do iniquity. Every day he bring his judgment to light. So people catch judgment every day, but it's not unrighteous. It's righteous judgment. That's from the Lord. He wanted that guy to get hit by an airplane. Dude got hit airplane. Like, what do you tell your family? Like, damn, he got hit by a plane. What the hell was he doing on the runway? You know, so many questions. But I digress. Read the last verse and then read on.
All right, verse 26. And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
Evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. So all this deception you see Esau doing, we had enough of it already. But man, it's gonna be, bros. Like, no more filthy lies and corruption. It's gonna be finally over. This man is gonna be put down. Imagine that, man. Imagine Esau, this tyrannical demon, finally out of power. And that's the thing about our people. Our people can't picture a world without this man ruling, without Esau ruling. Like, they can't imagine their own people in power. Like, when they look at us, and like, for instance, I'll make it real simple. Like, you say Jake, a so-called black man got his own business. They're gonna go to his business and they're gonna try to get discounts from him. But they go to Esau's business, they'll pay full price. Or they go to one of these heathen businesses, they ain't gonna try to barter with him. They're gonna just pay whatever it is.
They're gonna pay the full price.
But they see Jay, they see somebody that look like him behind the counter. They be like, yo, can I get that for like $10 instead of $15? Like, yo, can I get just 2 of them? Yo, can I get a deal? You ain't get the hookup? Like, they don't show respect for their own people. But guess what? We're gonna be the ones ruling in the kingdom of heaven. That's the kingdom. We're the Israelites. That's what the whole book is about, the Israelites. Okay, you gotta remember that it's the Israelites aren't those weirdos living out in Israel. That's not them. They're lying to you. They're lying. Everything's lies, bros. You gotta keep that in mind. It's all lies. You gotta keep that in mind. They lied about everything. They're not the Israelites. That's why they call themselves Israelis. They call themselves Jewish. Okay? They're not the true guys. It's you. It's been you the whole time. It was you the whole time. Now it's the time to get right. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 6 and starting at 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
Right.
As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
You see that?
All right. 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
See that? As for faith, it shall flourish. Because what? That's what we're seeing now. We're seeing faith actually flourishing right now. This is the time we're in, where faith is starting to be lifted up. It's clear who the true servants of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua are on earth right now. It's painfully clear who they are. And we don't got to say anything. The Lord is showing you your teachers. You can see them with your eyes. They look just like you. All right, the Lord has made this very easy for you to get. The only reason why people don't understand is because they don't want to understand. They don't want to get it. They don't want to have to fall in order. They don't want to have to listen to a man that looks like them. But guess what? The Lord made this easy for you to get. He's gonna put a man on this earth that look just like you, that bleed like you. All right, that sneeze and cough and have to use the bathroom. We just regular men. But guess what? The Lord put them on the earth, and He's speaking through those men. And he's breaking down these scriptures correctly. These men are breaking down these scriptures correctly, and they're on the highways and byways. You can see them every weekend. You see them. They're there, faithfully. All right. But you chose another route, and that's the route that you chose the what they call it, the straight way, the straight gate. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm slacking.
No.
You chose the broad gate. Yeah. Slacking. Yeah. You chose to go to the broad gate where everybody's going. You want to just follow the crowd. You're supposed to go where the straight gate is, where barely anybody's taking that path. Yeah, it's more difficult, but guess what? When you get to the end of that, the treasures on the other side are unspeakable, and that's the path that we encourage brothers to take while there's still time. Read that passage one more time. We'll close it out.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish.
Right.
Corruption shall be overcome.
Corruption shall be overcome. And where's the corruption coming from? The corruption is coming from the so-called white man. Just to be blunt, these so-called what they call white people out here, the ones that run the society. All right. Specifically, the ones that run the world, not your little neighbor or whatever the case is. Because some of these white people out here could be Jakes too, or they could be different nations. You know, they just look like so-called white people. You know, so don't be confused by that. Just what they look like. We're talking about Esau, Edom. All right, the nation of Edom. Them. They're the Caucasian, the so-called white people, the ones you see running the world. These Rothschilds and such and such and such. All right, that's corruption. They run the world through lies and deception, which is that's a dishonorable trait, man. Just be a liar and deceiving people all the time. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know a dude that just be lying about everything, bro. Like, you can't really fuck with the dude, bro. But Esau, not only does he do that, but he's the most powerful being on this earth. So this is hell, bro. Like, this is a terrible situation that the Israelites are in right now, and it's all for our own good. We put ourselves in this position because we broke the pact we held by Shimi al-Shah. And so the Lord told us in Deuteronomy chapter 28, well, what happened if we did it? The Lord's a man of his word. You see? Finish that.
As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
That's right. The truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall finally be declared. And this is where we're at right now, where the truth is being declared. All right, we're on the mountaintops telling you the name of the Lord. We're telling you the prophecies. We're telling you what's going to happen, and we're telling you what to do to avoid the destruction. And we're telling you about the kingdom of heaven, how beautiful it is. All right, and it's all through the spirit of the Lord, the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Yahushua is the name of the Son. He's coming back, and he's coming. He's not going to meet the world as a man. He's not going to come back in a feeble body like he was before. No, he's coming back in an angelic form, and he's going to take the kingdom. All right, with force, violence, and it ain't nothing that we're gonna do. We're talking about the Lord, okay? We sitting back watching, okay? We're warning you, but we ain't doing nothing. So you can't say, "Oh, look, he said he couldn't." No, we ain't doing none of that, bro. Oh, see, look, they terrorists. No, we ain't. What have we done? Nothing. Reading the Bible, putting the videos up, getting our videos flagged, getting our channels taken down, making new channels. We ain't doing nothing violent. We're not violent people. We're very peaceful. So you can't say that we out there causing problems. It ain't us. It's you. You're doing that shit. You're the one that's causing problems. You're the one that's poisoning the water. You're the one that's putting 5G towers up and killing all the birds and all the animals. You're the one that's building all these useless stores and banks and all that stuff. While it could have been a park there or something. But you know what I'm saying? You're doing that. You're doing it. We're not doing that. Who makes the guns? We don't make guns. We don't go to the. We're not going to the earth, extracting the metals and melt. No, we ain't doing that shit. That's you doing that shit, man. I don't know not one Jake doing none of that shit. Making guns. You're doing that. You, Esau, you're doing that. You can't blame it on us. All we're doing is talking about it. That's all we're doing. All right? And we know through faith what's going to happen. We know. We're very faithful. That's why we continue to do this. No matter how crazy we may look, we're going to continue to push this word all the way up until the end. And our people are finally going to be out of this hell that they're in. They're going to finally be where the Lord had initially designed us to be, which is ruling everything. Any closing thoughts?
We're just gonna have everything done in righteousness, and as the title is, as for faith, it shall flourish. And in these last days, it's going to flourish as we see the prophecies starting to kick up more and more and more. So just hold on, keep the faith, keep going, keep pushing, and Lord willing, we all see each other on the chariots. All right.
You close it out, bro.
We're gonna give another double honor to our apostles and elders in Great Millstone. Shalom to you, sincere brothers and sisters that's out there listening in sincerity and in truth. All right, I'm the brother Malachi.
Khan's the brother Arya.
Right.
Call Lord Yah Bashim Yashar.
All right, shalom.
Shalom. Got it.